Theme 47. The Media 1. 1. Author. Author. Example.
She made it to the States, and she became a teacher, an award-winning author, and a mother, and ended up sending her daughters to Harvard.
If your life were a book, and you were the author, how would you want your story to go?
2. Censorship. Censorship. Example.
So this is a problem with censorship, which is why we need to develop alternatives to censorship.
But when it comes to censorship, the picture is much more troubling. Yes, there's a real problem of extremist content spreading all over the internet.
3. Editor. Editor. Example.
So, for example, in English, we had the word editor before we had the word edit.
If you had to deal with that, you could never write your text file or edit your photo.
4. Fame. Fame. Example.
As her fame grew, various friends and allies helped her in the fight to collect a veteran's pension for her service in the Union Army.
Well, a reasonable expectation is that somebody's fame in a given period of time should be roughly the average of their fame before and their fame after.
5. Ideology. Ideology. Example.
To defeat our policy of containment, not about ideology.
I also discovered that their life was not ruled by politics or ideology, but actually was ruled by economics.
6. Investigation. Investigation. Example.
The point I was trying to make is I don't think there needs to be a political or a politicized investigation.
Did a little investigation, went down to Washington and told them, I still think they're nuts, but we're going to do it.
7. Journal. Journal. Example.
We're really excited about this. And then we published our finding in the Journal of Nature.
Our manuscript was then accepted and will be published later this month in the journal Radiology.
8. Mass media. Mass media. Example.
Think of mass media as providing common ground. And you have the recipe for taking this idea to a whole new place.
But the problems with this system soon became apparent as mass media spread.
9. Paparazzi. Paparazzi. Example.
I downloaded 2,000 paparazzi photos of Britney Spears and trained my computer to find her face and her face alone.
There is a lot of paparazzi evidence of things that I wish I would not have worn, but you live and you learn.
10. Press. Press. Example.
There's the Hillary Clinton I watch on the nightly news and that I read described in the press.
Companies from Reebok to American Apparel built virtual stores there, earning a lot of press.
11. Media. Media. Example.
For the first time, I was exposed to the internet, social media, cars that talk like Kit from the Knight Rider.
It seems like they'd be a more legitimate source of information than the media pundits.
12. Newsstand. Newsstand. Example.
I mean, for instance, this is what it's like to go to a newsstand almost anywhere in the civilized world.
Back in the day, 7 out of the 10 top publications on the newsstand in the UK were custom publications, were branded vehicles.
13. Opinion. Opinion. Example.
Because it's this magical, beautiful,
perfect theatrical production, in my opinion.
And lemonade is the drink of summer, in my opinion, or one of the drinks of summer.
14. Privacy. Privacy. Example.
What has happened is that we've largely lost control over our data and also our privacy.
In other words, we can have the benefits of big data while protecting privacy.
15. Source. Source. Example.
And if you place a cool gas in front of a hot source, you will see a certain pattern which we call absorption lines.
And then I want to tell you about a very fascinating and important example of carbohydrates as an information source.
16. Tabloid. Tabloid. Example.
The Bone Wars spilled into public view when Cope had a tabloid newspaper publish an article accusing Marsh of plagiarism, fraud, and corruption.
Our tabloid gossip newspapers are disgusting. They are terrible. They lie so much, but we all secretly read them.
17. Artificial. Artificial. Example.
I'm here to offer you a new way to think about my field, artificial intelligence.
It essentially means to replace a damaged tooth by an artificial one that is screwed into your jaw.
18. Factual. Factual. Example.
And on a factual basis, over 80% of the US's most popular television shows are exported around the world.
And it went from quite factual, like higher female share boosts innovation, to a little bit more sensationalist.
19. Entertaining. Entertaining. Example.
But it is entertaining. I remember when I was telling one of the guys, hey mate, look, I really want to learn how to surf, right?
It's actually more traumatic than some of the big issues that I work on in the world, is entertaining my kids at dinner.
20. Controversial. Controversial. Example.
He did not provide a mechanism for how this devolution worked, and he later recanted his controversial views.
A very controversial vote, but she wanted to be there to have her voice heard one more time.
Yes.